Hey everyone, this is Drew at Headset Advisor, and today we're going to do an in-depth review and comparison of the Poly Voyager Focus UC2 and the Voyager 4220 UC. Stay tuned because we're going to do a microphone test and a microphone noise cancellation test. So let's get into that right now. The first category that we're going to rate both headsets on is the design. First up, we have the Focus UC2. As you can see, the cushions adjust so you can rest it comfortably on your ears. You have a padded headband, an adjustable headband so you can fit it to be larger or smaller. The microphone can be worn on the left side, or you can rotate it to be worn on the right side. You're gonna have a volume control on the microphone side, which is your volume down, volume up, and then you also have an active noise cancellation switch right here. You have your power button, which is going to turn the headset on or off. And then you have your charge port, which is micro USB. So that would be the design of the Focus UC2. Moving over to the 4220 UC, this is also going to have swiveling speakers, which is good. It's going to fit comfortably on your head. You have a little bit of a cushion on the top here, and the microphone can be worn on the right side or the left side because everyone has different preferences, which is good. You're also gonna have volume controls just like on the UC2, and you're gonna have your mute, unmute right here, as well as your power on and off. Here we have a micro USB port, just like the Focus UC2. Overall, I would give the design for both headsets. First off, we'll give the Focus UC2. I'm gonna give it a 10. This is a very nice headset. It's the newest on the market right now for Poly's line of wireless headsets. But the 4220 UC is not bad looking by any means, and the designs are very similar. I would give the design of the 4220 UC an 8. The reason being is the Focus UC2 is newer, the 4220 UC is older, but the Focus UC2, they really just did a very good job of the overall design of the headset, how it looks, how it feels in your hand versus the 4220 UC, which feels just a click down from the Focus UC2. So both are very nice when it comes to the design, but the winner in design is going to be the Focus UC2. The next category that we have is comfort. The Focus UC2, in my opinion, is one of the most comfortable headsets, if not the most comfortable headset right now. So when you put it on, you can adjust it to fit extremely comfortable on your head. It has that padded cushion on the top of the head. It's a really unique design because when you put the headset on, this goes up and it doesn't feel like there's too much pressure on your ears, and it feels extremely lightweight on the top of the head as well. In addition, you can adjust the speakers to give you the best fit, and the speakers aren't fully pressing on your ears. It's like the perfect balance of everything. So that'd be the Focus UC2. The Voyager 4220 UC is also comfortable, but in my opinion, it's not going to be near as comfortable as the Focus UC2. When you put it on, you can adjust the headband to fit where you want it. The cushions or the speakers fit a little bit more snug against your ears, so it puts a little bit more pressure. And then the cushion on the top of the headband isn't as comfortable, but there's still cushion there where it still feels comfortable, but as I mentioned, just not as comfortable as the Focus UC2. So that being said, I would give the rating for comfort an 8, Voyager 4220 UC, and I'm gonna give a 10 to the Focus UC2. Right now, this is really an unbeatable headset right now when it comes to comfort. When it comes to ease of use, both are gonna be extremely easy to use and set up. So they're gonna get a comparable number when it comes to that rating. The Focus UC2 has your plus, minus, your mute button. Everything is very easy to find. It's pretty much plug and play once you get both headsets. You plug them in, charge them, sync them up to your computer and cell phone, and from there, they're extremely easy to use. So getting straight to the point, they're both gonna be a 9 for ease of use because pretty much anyone can get one of these headsets and use them right out of the box. If battery is one of your main concerns, the Focus UC2 is going to be the better option of the two choices. The Focus UC2 is rated up to 19 hours of talk time and 40 hours of listening time. The Voyager 4220 UC is going to be 12 hours of talk time and 15 hours of listening time. So both are going to give you well over the 8 hours of battery you would probably need in a full day's of work. That being said, the Focus UC2 is going to be better. We're going to give it a 10. We're going to give the Voyager 4220 UC an 8. The reason we're giving the Focus UC2 a 10 is because it gives you well over the 8 hours of talk time you would need in a day. And then number two, if you want to use the headset for, say, podcasts or music or anything personal like listening to YouTube without worrying about your battery dying anytime soon, you have 40 hours of listening time. Whereas the Voyager 4220 UC is going to be best designed for those that really are needing a headset mainly for work, being that it gives you only 15 hours of listening time. So we give the 4220 UC an 8 and the Focus UC2 a 10. The next category that we have on our list is price, which many of you are going to be concerned with. So you can be the judge for yourself which model you would choose, all things considered, and the price point. So in my opinion, both are well worth the money. I'm going to give them both an 8. The Voyager Focus UC2 is an MSRP of $299. The Voyager 4220 UC is an MSRP of $219. So all things considered, you can be the judge for yourself, and you can get both of these headsets on our website. Whichever model you decide to order, make sure to use coupon code YouTube. It's going to give you an additional discount for supporting our channel. And if this video is helpful by the end of it, please hit the like, subscribe, and leave us a comment with your thoughts. We want to know which model that you would choose, all things considered. When considering a headset, you're definitely going to want one that's not only going to sound good for what you hear, but what other callers would hear. So in this category, we're going to rate both models on the speaker quality. After doing a lot of testing, the Focus UC2 we're going to give a 10, and the 4220 UC we're going to give an 8. The reason we're giving the Focus UC2 a 10 is because it sounds really good for calls, but it's actually pretty good for music and other audio you would use for personal use. The 4220 UC is going to be much better for calls and not as good as the Focus UC2 when it comes to music and other audio on your computer or cell phone. So in that regard, we're going to give the advantage to the Focus UC2 at a 10 and the 4220 UC at an 8. The next category that we're going to rate both headsets on is the wireless range. The Focus UC2 is rated up to 164 feet of range, and the Voyager 4220 UC is rated up to about 98 feet of range. If you want a little bit longer wireless range to keep your meetings or calls going, then the Focus UC2 is going to be the way to go. But there's other headsets out there that give you much longer range than both of these headsets. For that reason, we're going to give the Voyager 4220 UC a rating of a 6, and we're going to give the Voyager Focus UC2 a rating of a 7. We're now going to do a microphone test between both headsets, and you can be the judge for yourself which one sounded best. Let us know in the comments what you would rate the headsets. All right, so right now you're hearing me on our camera microphone, and now we're over on the microphone of the Voyager 4220 UC. This is what it would sound like if you were on a phone call on your cell phone or on a call through your computer, whether you're on Zoom, RingCentral, Microsoft Teams, anything like that. The headset is going to be able to seamlessly connect to both devices. So right now you're hearing the audio on the camera microphone. Now we switched over here to the microphone quality of the Focus UC2, and you can be the judge for yourself on how it sounds. I'm going to give you my rating at the end of this microphone and noise cancellation test, and let's see if your rating matches mine. As you can see, we have our blender here now. We have the decibel reader. The audio you're hearing is on the camera microphone. So we're gonna fire up the blender. You'll see the decibel reading, and then we'll switch over to the headset, and you can hear for yourself how much noise the microphone may or may not cancel out. So first off, this is with the camera microphone.
this is with the microphone on the Voyager 4220 UC. As you can see, the decibel reader is at about 84, 85 there. It's extremely loud. Most of you are probably not going to be blending anything next to you while you're on phone calls, but at least this gives you an idea. So we'll switch over to the Voyager Focus UC2, and you can be the judge for yourself on what you would rate the noise cancellation. As I said earlier, let us know your thoughts in the comments.
All right, so we're going to do the same test that we did before. Right now, you're hearing the audio on the camera microphone undergoing on. As you can see, the decibel reader is about 85, 86.
Now the audio you're hearing is on the microphone of the Voyager Focus UC2, and so we'll give you an idea of how much noise the microphone may or may not cancel out. Let us know your thoughts in the comments on what you would rate it, and let's see if ours match up.
After listening back to the audio, I'm going to give the microphone rating for both headsets the same at a 7, but let me preface this by saying that there's many other headsets that we've tested and no headset has a perfect score and microphone quality as of yet. Maybe in the future there will be, but 7 is an extremely high rating in my opinion. So these headsets are going to sound very good for your phone calls or meetings. They're not going to block out 100% of background noise, but most of you are not going to be in an environment where blenders are going on, where you're going to be on phone calls or meetings. I give it a 7, but I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on what you would rate the microphone and the microphone noise cancellation. The last category that we're going to rate both headsets on is durability. I'm going to give both of them a 9 because we've provided thousands and thousands of these headsets and very few come back on warranty because of a physical break. So it looks like these headsets are holding up out there, whether you're in a call center, a home office, an office environment. There's no weak points on the headsets that we've seen. So durability for both models is going to be a 9. The final score for the Voyager 4220 UC is a 71, and the score for the Focus UC2 is an 80. So it's just like I thought. The Focus UC2 is a click up from the Voyager 4220 UC. So you can be the judge for yourself and choose which model you would go with. If you have a little bit more in your budget, I would highly recommend going with the Focus UC2. But if you're trying to save some money and still get an overall very good quality wireless headset for your cell phone and computer applications, then the Voyager 4220 UC would be the way to go. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I think you'd be interested in this video right here.